It's a beautiful land, Kalendrya. For generations, the people of Kalendrya had told ancient stories of legendary heroes. But the age of heroes has long passed, and now villains have risen to reign of the land. Whispers say that we're doomed, that the era of heroes has ended, but I still hold out hope that there are heroes out there, and we need them now more than ever before. Of Kalendrya.
All right. As we left our...
You know he's got the hot sauce burps.
Holy...
That could not have been more
right.
perfectly.
Aaron, play the video game. We gotta try it.
Do it, Mulligan. Do it again.
Oh my god, do you need more time? Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm great.
Okay.
You have to suffer for your art. It's just how it works.
Amazing.
Okay, so focusing in. When we last left our party, they were choosing to set out from Idlesod at Lila's Tavern and traveling a few days' journey, simple enough, to the capital city of Kyrlia. Unfortunately, they managed to come across a few bumps in the road. Having taken on a lovely mother and her two children kind of under their wing at camp for the evening, they were very abruptly and rudely awoken by the sounds of an attack of some sort happening at nearby camps. The party was barely able to escape, keeping everyone safe and, for the most part, pretty intact. And journey quickly to the city of Kyrlia, from where they had attempted to rest for the evening, as it seems that there were several other refugees, possibly several towns worth of them, attempting to make it to Kyrlia. They barely made it inside the gates before they closed shut behind them, and that is where we meet our party tonight. As you all enter through the doors, these large gates closing just a few moments behind you as you enter into Kyrlia, you see a large mass of people, several who seem to be a bit confused, several who seem to be quite scared. It seems that there is quite an assortment of individuals here, most of whom you see have brought very little with them. As you enter in, there are several who kind of turn and are kind of struggling to make way for you and your cart and horse as you enter into the city. Looking around, you do see a large number of some of the guard kind of coming up and trying to already just shouting directions, directing people this way or that, kind of trying to get everybody to filter away from directly in front of the gates. Is there anything you all would like to do as you make your first entrance to Kyrlia?
Definitely.
Um,
Okay.
no, you go ahead.
Let's just say keeping the bandana up, masked up around my face. And I want to look back at like the wonderful little motley crew of people we've picked up along the way. Are the kids or the mother or Dr. Hinge like physically in distress? Did any of them get injured from the creatures or otherwise while we were traveling?
Make me either a perception or a medicine check. You're choosing.
All right then. Plus zeros all around.
I'll make that medicine check. Why not?
Okay.
That's a 16.
A 16 and Max.
That is a 14.
Okay. You don't really either of you notice anything. Your eyes do linger just a little bit for a moment, kind of as you look over Dr. Hinge, who still seems to be quite shaken. But it doesn't seem to be any visible injuries to any of them. None of them seem to be kind of coughing. You do see that they're all quite shaken. The children in particular, you do see that Diggory is kind of like holding very tightly to his chest this small teddy that he has, and is kind of burrowed in between his sister and his mother on the cart. But otherwise, there does not seem to be any wounds of any sort to them.
Just going with the flow then.
Okay. As you kind of come in, there's a few folks who you see kind of get pulled kind of in one direction or another based on different injuries. You see that there are clerics nearby kind of attending to those who do seem to be wounded quite quickly, but are still kind of keeping them separated out at the moment, it looks like, from others to tend to them, to check on them. As you come up towards what seems to be almost kind of forming into some form of a guard checkpoint within the gates, you do see a couple of guards who kind of step up, pushing through some different individuals. One comes up to you, Max, here at the front of the cart. Is there, merchant or visitor? Where do we need to send you?
To the Brewers Guild Hall.
Brewers Guild. If you'll go this way, follow the road straight down. You'll take a left when you get to the merchant quarter. You should see the guild hall.
Of course, thank you.
He ensures that you kind of are directed off in that direction, and quickly kind of moves on to the next group behind you, starting to kind of try to divert all of you. Yes, Ozzy.
When we made our run into the city at the point, Ozzy wasn't on the cart. He was running beside it at that point. As we're passing by this guard who's directing us somewhere, Ozzy's going to just kind of look at him and be like, "When did this start happening?"
All the people, or whatever is happening.
Both.
We had a small influx of some folk from some of the smaller farming villages, kind of outside of Kyrlia itself, a day or two ago. Nothing terribly concerning. We figured something that we could get a couple mercenaries to handle. You see him kind of look distracted, kind of motioning 1 second to somebody who seems to be kind of shouting for his attention off to the side. All these people really, influx of them almost overnight. We're trying to keep everybody as safe as we can, but we're, doing what we can with what we can. I'm sorry, I've got to.
Do your job.
He just kind of nods, and you see him quickly kind of, almost like a little jog off to wherever he's being called to. And
I will trot forward to catch up with the rest of the group.
Okay. As you all begin journeying through a bit, Max, you've been here a few times before, fairly familiar with the city of Kyrlia, and it is a bit difficult to navigate your way with the cart and all of your companions through the throngs of this crowd, but you are able to fairly quickly, probably about 25-30 minutes worth of travel time within the city, to the edge of the merchant's quarters, sorry. And as you make that left turn down the street, you do see a fair ways off, but the large sign that hangs off of the front of the Brewers Guild. It does seem a little less crowded here at the moment. You do see several others with carts, kind of different wagons, and an assortment of goods kind of being unloaded into different guilds here at the moment. But there doesn't seem to currently be anyone really outside the Brewers Guild as you approach.
Okay. I'll go ahead and remind you that I do have the guild artisan background with the guild membership feature. So I'll go ahead and tell who's driving.
You are.
I believe you are. Ozzy was not on the cart, and
Because I
you
was
and
still
Sybil were the only two who were able to kind of handle things.
Okay,
I think she gave control over to you as she needed to tend to her kids as you entered.
That's fine. Yeah, I'll go ahead and pull up and park.
Easily
Parallel
enough
park.
done. There is space for you to kind of bring the cart up alongside. You do see a few different individuals kind of peering at you through some of the windows, and one individual that you somewhat recognize, you've had a few dealings with them, does step out, small apron kind of getting tied back behind his back as he steps out. Haven't had much business coming through. Things are a bit interesting. It's always good to see you. What can we do for you? I don't see any barrels or anything with you. I don't think we have an order for you, do we, Max?
No. Do y'all have any available lodging for the time being? We picked up this mother and her children on the way and just trying to put them somewhere safe.
I think we've got a room or two free. Give me a minute. I'll go check. Feel free to come in. The routine. Get the horses tied up in the little bit of stable we do have if you need, and otherwise I'll be right back. He kind of nods and heads back into the building. As he kind of sits there, Sybil kind of turns, and I really don't want to impose. It's if it's too much trouble, it's really okay. We just were hoping to make it here.
Do you have somewhere to go, or were you just trying to get to the city?
She kind of pauses a moment. You see her lean down to Ava. Take your brother just to the back of the cart. Let your legs, stretch out a little bit. Don't go far. She kind of turns back as the kids kind of scoot towards the little end of the cart and leans in a little closer to you. Their father and older brother came into town. Supposed to be almost 5 or 6 days ago. We hadn't heard any word for them. I thought we'd come and visit, check in, make sure everything was okay. Their father had a bit of a cough before he left, and I was worried that maybe he'd gotten sick, and that's why we hadn't heard from them. But I don't know if they are still here in Kyrlia or where they would have gone to if they weren't. I know it's not much help, if any help, really. I'm sorry. I really, if I don't want to burden you with our troubles. You've already done so much for us.
I would feel much better if you had beds in the guild hall than gutter to sleep in. So it is no trouble whatsoever.
I appreciate that. Where will you all go, though? Will you just stay here as well?
We have other business to take care of. Where we go after, we'll see. But we'll definitely be around here.
Well, if there's anything I can do for you, or for anyone in the guild for that matter, got a few different skills. Maybe I can try to help out somehow. Just let me know. You see a few moments Later, she's kind of like sliding back into the cart, kind of reaching for her children. This individual who you've had a few interactions with kind of comes back. We've got a room that we can put them in. Are you needing a room as well? We've only got, looks like 3 rooms for the next 10 day.
It's possible. I'll look at the party and kind of gauge, I'll tell them we might be here a while. So it'd be best to go ahead and get beds here. You don't have to pay for them, thankfully, but it's better than nothing.
That makes plenty of sense to me. We'll follow your lead on this.
How big are these rooms? Would I know? Like,
So you know
how
that
many
there
beds?
is...
How many baths? Is there a balcony?
Well,
Floor
you
plan?
see, so you would know that there are, if you're looking for individual rooms, there's usually 3 to 4 of them available. They have typically a larger bed, a smaller bed, and enough kind of furnishings and such that, you have your kind of own private space, similar to what you would in an inn. But there's also a larger sort of guild lodging that if you need a place to stay, but you were not able to get one of those rooms, there's still about 20 beds in a large open space that shares kind of one restroom area, essentially. It sounds like there's probably 1 or 2 of those rooms that you guys could secure. It would be up to you if you wanted to share rooms, share spaces, and if so, how you wanted to break that up.
Is there like a bathhouse?
A latrine?
There is a parking lot puddle, and you will like it.
A barrel for you.
Jameson, with the little bit of familiarity you may have with Kyrlia, you would know that typically in a city this size, there's going to be at least a few bathhouses, if not just some private, tubs and things, depending on the location that you're at.
Is there a barrel full of rainwater?
You do know that there are a couple of different troughs along the water, or along this path where you see some of the horses are kind of hitched.
Horse trough.
Would you like us to lay out some lily pads?
I supply my
racist.
own lily pads. Thank you very
That's
much.
racist. Don't make hurtful stereotypes. But yes, I would love a lily pad.
Says me, I pooped like a day ago. He told me I didn't have a brain. Sort of.
Well,
Don't
not
stereo-
the brain in the organic sense of one, I would imagine. It'd be a bit more complex, variety of different pieces of metallic objects, circuitry involved in the processes of your cognitive functions.
So can I have a barrel?
Are you asking the gentleman who came out that?
Yes.
Like an oaken barrel?
Just like any barrel, really.
We might have one that we recently took something that was being distilled out of. It was going to be broken down and used for something else. It's not in the best of shape, but...
That's okay, as long as it can hold water for at least, like, an hour.
I mean, yeah, I think we can arrange that. Do you want that
Thank
sent
you.
to a room for you, or...
Yes.
Right. He kind of raises an eyebrow, turns back. So Max, do you want 1 or 2 of those rooms?
We'll have one
I'll
room
share.
for the mother and her children, and then 2 others for the rest of us.
He kind of nods. All right. Well, you know where the rooms are at. I will see about getting a barrel to one of
Thank
them.
you.
And
Okay.
Your hospitality is fantastic.
Thank you. He kind of turns. You see him gesture to Sybil. If you want to come with me, I can go ahead and show you and your children where your lodgings will be. You see Sybil just kind of, okay, off the cart now. Gets Ava off, and she kind of picks up and carries on her hip Diggory. Nods to you all. I'll see you hopefully soon.
I give him a big
Just-
wink.
Take care wherever you go. You see him kind of like look at you, kind of like chuckle a little bit from over the teddy bear, but does not seem to really return much. Still seems to be a bit shaken. As you see them all kind of escorted inside. They disappear from you, and what would you like to do?
Await my barrel.
Ozzy is going to finish taking care, like tying up the horses and everything, and he's gonna go over to the rest of the group and just the guard that met us on the way and took us this way. He asked him how long this has been happening. He said people started coming in from distant farmsteads and things like that over the past 2-3 days, something like that, a few days. So,
Coming in for any particular reason to avoid this plague, or for other such reasons that may be compiled by this outbreak?
he didn't say. It made an indication of one or the other.
Oh,
Might be coincidence.
there's only one way to find out.
There is only one way to find out.
We can go ask around.
Without doing our best not to arouse too much of a panic or stir in the process, I would imagine.
Well, judging by the state of things as we approached Kyrlia, I think the panic is long past. It is current. It has already started.
It's a dull roar at the moment, but this city is still a powder keg. One wrong spark and it all erupts into chaos. Let's keep that from happening as much as possible. Now, our primary objective here was to deliver Dr. Hinge here for him to receive proper medical treatment. I don't typically foresee that occurring now, based on the massive amount of people that are here and the many, many others that are likely requiring such medical attentions.
Yes, I
What
would
is our
say-
objective here now?
We get Hinge in line at least, or at least you mentioned the spark that could ignite this powder keg. I'm afraid we might be carrying it with Hinge. We need to isolate him, put him in some sort of quarantine, and then see if we can't.
I don't know so much about isolate. Perhaps, I can simply remain with you.
Hinge the type of
I mean-
motherfucker to hide getting bit by a zombie.
Probably. I mean,
No.
He was bit by a zombie. We saw it happen.
I mean,
There was
he
no
has
hiding
a-
about it. Like,
I mean, if he stays close to us, I mean, if he turns into one of those things, they can just crush him with the hammer and it won't affect me, so.
Well, as we've observed previously, any time one of these creatures is dispatched in such a manner, they typically explode, leading to
Well-
possible spread of other damages and the
What?
disease.
Not
Well,
always.
I'm no scientist, but Hinge was indeed sick. What's different? What happened to him that's different than happened to the creatures outside? I think that's something we need to find out.
Could be any number of things aside from the difference of physiology in one individual to another. One's individual constitution may provide more of a buffer to the harsh advances of this disease in their own bodies. It could be something more complex than that. It's difficult to tell.
We must perform tests. Shake
well,
my hand.
I don't concern anybody, but I was quite the athlete back in my day and quite physically fit. And you
Well,
kind
as
of
a
look
fellow
over
man
at
of
this
science,
somewhat
really.
frail older man who's kind of sitting there.
Hinge, shake my hand. Shake my hand.
Ozzy, would you be so kind as to take the doctor inside into one of our beds?
Dr. Hinge needs to make a con save.
What have you done?
So that's a -1 to that con save.
Oh, okay, so he's poisoned.
Does he take any damage?
No.
Okay.
The condition, nice.
He just feels awful now.
You see him kind of pale a moment and just kind of try to I'm
He's
so
a liar.
sorry. You're
He does not have it. His fortitude is low.
Dr. Hinge, if you would be so kind as to follow me.
Will
We
someone
took
else
him
be
on a-
coming with us?
On
I'm
a
not going to
cross-country
kill
road
you.
trip.
Are you
through
leaving the
zombies.
hammer here?
Killing
The hammer
people.
goes everywhere.
Well, see, so I have a slight concern. You did say you would smash me with a hammer if you thought that I was possibly a threat, and
No, I said if
do
you were going,
have,
if you
know,
turned into one of those things, I would smash you with a hammer. At that
Right.
point, you're not
I'm
you,
not-
and it doesn't matter.
It's not that I don't trust you.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. I'll shake on.
You can trust this, though.
I think I'm okay. Your hand is a little bit damper than
Dr. Hinge,
Expected.
the quicker you get to the room, the quicker we can get someone to cure you, okay? I would like to roll persuasion.
Okay, roll persuasion.
You can trust that if Max tells me to take you to the room, I'm only taking you to the room.
That'll be a 15.
Kind of narrows his eyes looking at you and turns back to Max. If you say he's safe, I will let him take me to the room.
You're talking
Ozzy
as if I'm
wouldn't
not
hurt a
standing right
fly.
here.
He'd hurt lots
Wait.
of them, I would imagine.
Listen, we have it's not. You're just. It's nothing
Yeah,
against
don't cough on
you. I
anything.
just am very.
Don't put your hands anywhere where they're not supposed to be,
What?
okay? Thank you, Ozzy.
Of course.
Right.
I feel like I have killed a fly before. I think it got caught in my mouth once.
I could just
We
take
don't
myself to
talk
the
about
room.
Well, now where does it go
No,
once
no,
it
no.
enters your mouth? Did
Oh, it got crushed.
You see Hinge kind of stand. I
still
will.
in
I
there?
will just. I will head on and don't worry about me. And he just kind of gets up, and you see him quite quickly make his way into the guild.
Poisoned quickly.
A little
Sure.
bit poisoned quickly, sure.
Right.
You know, I
Well-
was going to say to help reassure him and that if we told him that he was a doctor, he could get him cured faster so he could help other people, but I just work here.
I'm not sure what information he was able to gather from what few bodies he had. Either way, we should get to the nearest temple, see if they have a wayward cleric that might be able to help us.
Have you been there before? Have you been to the city? You've been to the city before, have you not, Max?
Yes, several times. Many times.
I
A lot of
never really been in this city, so I guess we'll leave the navigating to you.
All right. I'm not sure where my DM is, but yeah, I lead everyone to the nearest temple of whichever deity. God, I hope it's the Raven Queen.
Wouldn't that be great?
Let's go to the Temple of Death while we're researching this plague that's killing
While
everyone.
Erin's gone,
know-
and she can't tell me not to. 5 gift subs. I'd take another hot sauce shot.
I'm right here.
Damn it.
Didn't say anything.
Okay, so Max,
I
you
get
would be
the-
aware that there is sort of a temple district within the city itself. Not terribly far from where you're at currently at the Brewers Guild. It'll probably take you, if you go on foot, since you guys have kind of already hitched the horses, it sounds like, by Ozzy. It'll probably take you 45 minutes to an hour to make your way to the temples.
Making our way to the temples.
Just to clarify, we didn't achieve a long rest last night, did we?
You did not.
But
Yeah. What time? It's like morning at this point, right?
At this point, it's about 6 in the
No, I-
morning. Sun is kind of just starting to kind of come up, and the city, though it is quite busy at the moment already, you do see that it seems to be kind of coming a little bit more to life as you see different folks who seem to be just going about their usual everyday habits.
I mean, we all had a bit of a rough evening. I debate whether or not taking the morning's respite to recuperate may be a more wizened action as opposed to wandering about the city that only one of us is mildly familiar with.
Yes, I actually that's probably wise. I didn't because of all the excitement and adrenaline. I didn't really realize how tired I was.
Well, the disease isn't going to wait. I can go to the temple if you want to rest.
Perhaps a shortened rest, an hour or so to regather our belongings and our minds. Not to mention, some of you left any belong. I was able to grab a few things, mostly of my own assortment, but many things were left behind at that campsite as we'd left. It may be a good idea to procure more supplies before we. Anything else? Who knows what might happen here? Better sooner rather than later.
Yes. Who knows
For
what dark
a
secrets are
short
hiding amongst the
rest.
city?
We will take a shortened rest.
Okay. So
It
are
is
you
long.
all, I suppose, going into your rooms to short rest, or are you wanting to just kind of short rest here on the cart?
One of these rooms is full of hinge.
So, yeah. We have
While
the
he's
extra
asleep,
room. Is there
put my
a
hand on his
bar
face.
in the Brewers Guild?
There
And if you
is
say no,
absolutely a
I'm gonna
bar in the
say
Brewers
both.
Guild.
I'm going to the bar.
There's
I don't
actually
give
like
a shit what time it is.
there's several mock bars that are like different designs and models of different bar countertops, so that the different brewers can come in and like sample what bars look like.
I'm gonna go to the
Yeah.
sports bar section.
Well,
We'll come
Go to
over.
the
as
give
you
him a
all
natty light.
corner.
as you all head to the bar, briefly, we're gonna take a very quick BRB real fast, just for me to go run to the bathroom and back. So
No, piss.
too bad.
That's the
I'll see
point.
you in just a minute or two, everybody. Okay, we're back. Thanks for letting me have a quick break, everybody. All right.
Aaron, I said no.
That's too damn bad, Sam. Okay. So,
They playing on my downfall.
Max, as you proceed to walk to the bar, you do notice the space here is almost set up a bit like a tavern. There's a few different smaller, kind of shorter bars at each location, kind of around the the perimeter, that's the word I'm looking for, of this kind of tavern-esque lower floor. You know that in the past they've used it as a way for many different people to kind of go around and share some of their different brews, kind of try a few things out, but also to allow others to kind of come in and sample anything that one of the guild members has brought in for tastings. At the moment, there's not really anybody around. You do see one or two folks who are kind of coming in. Just seems to be some of the usual kind of cleaners, essentially, kind of coming in and beginning to set everything up, kind of, you know, get lights back on, essentially. Just regular opening of a restaurant, almost, kind of a feel to it. As you make your way over to the bar, one of them will kind of turn and look at you and we can have somebody come over in a minute and help you if you need.
No, I've got it. Thank you.
Guild member, right?
I know more than you.
Of course.
Right. Well, you know the run of things. We'll leave you to it, and you see them kind of just go back about handling the usual opening things again, leaving you kind of behind the bar to do as you will with you and your companions.
Yeah, I'll get my companions whatever drinks they want.
So Max, so you're a member here. Is this where you went to school?
No, I actually attended the esteemed Strixhaven University.
Oh, I have no idea what that is. Sounds cool though.
It's a famed
Interdimensional college, arcane school, you know.
famed school for different practices of wizardry and magic. Yeah.
Yes. Alder, did you go there?
Oh,
Is he knowledgeable?
no, my talents don't quite reside in that level of arcane prowess. It's more of a feats of mechanical engineering that equate to a similar effect of some magics, but no gift of the weave here.
Oh. Well, I wish you could have met my wife. She
My wife.
practiced along the similar vein.
Oh,
Used a lot of
quite
machines.
interesting.
She was a bit of a tinker.
Similar adjective to describe myself. Yes.
So what'll it be, boys?
A grasshopper, please.
One grasshopper?
I am flabbergasted at the thought of you drinking a grasshopper.
Fuck you mean
It's a drink.
drinking? I'm literally just getting him a grasshopper.
That's what I mean.
Here,
Like, how do you
fucking
drink?
grasshopper.
How do you drink that?
I mean, you
don't-
pop his
I
head
don't
out
know.
and just-
on the bar.
It's a micro shot.
Yeah. I mean, he's a small dude. So.
What do we call a Tom Collins in this world?
The fuck is the top collar?
A calm Tollins.
A calm Collins.
A grasshopper
We
cocktail
call
is
it-
an after-dinner drink
We
starring
know
creme de
it's
menthe
real.
and cream
No,
cacao.
yeah, we're
We
making-
call it a Tasha's Caustic Brew.
I don't think we call it that. I don't think we call it that.
Drinking acid?
I want Goth Mommy syrup.
I don't think that's what you think it is.
I don't like
okay.
that. I don't like that at all.
I cast Goth
bottle of
Mommy milk at
Mommy's
7th level.
I've got a bottle of corpse goo. Does that count?
Corpse goo.
Yes.
Hey,
I
something,
love that streamer, Corpse goo.
Something stout, please.
I whip up something stout, or I guess get it from a barrel. I don't fucking know.
You do know that there are a few different taps that are typically hooked up to whatever has kind of been brought in, so you are able to use one of those if you wish. Otherwise, if some folks bring in smaller batches of things, they may just have a few bottles of things lying about. Essentially, For the purposes of this moment, you can pretty much grab whatever you need in whatever fashion you kind of need.
Bet.
Kyrlia and the guild hall is usually pretty well stocked.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna arcane recovery. Fuck y'all.
Take a short rest and get some hit die.
All right.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you all would like to do that is not too intensive or involved so that you may still get your short rest during that time?
I want to sit in a barrel full of water.
You will see after about 10 minutes or so, the man, as you guys are kind of picking your drinks and having them handed and served to you by Max, just kind of come down. You see him wipe his sweaty forehead a moment and then stop. Beryl is upstairs in one of your rooms. The older fellow said that it should go in your room, which he then said was the other room. So I hope that's right.
Okay. I am going to go sit in that barrel of water for an hour. Afterwards, do not drink the water. It may cause you to trip balls. Don't drink it. Or lick me. I'm serious about that.
Without consent, of course.
No, just in general.
Well, if you consent
you'll
to
trip.
it.
You'll trip balls. You won't like it.
I mean, would I trip balls? I don't think.
I mean,
Can't
do you want to?
Do you have a
Never-
tongue? with
I'm
which you
going
can
upstairs.
roll?
I'm
No,
leaving.
not.
As Jameson, you walk by, you see this man kind of give you a slightly wider berth as you kind of pass by him. A moment or two passes as Jameson has disappeared out of sight on the stairs, and he kind of comes over to you, Max, behind the bar, starts just setting out a few different glasses and things, prepping for the day, and he'll kind of lean over to you. That Grung fellow, is he somehow involved in your brewing process? Please tell me you're not putting his why
balls?
Did he want why did he want
He's
a
teabagging
barrel?
every barrel first.
You know, now that you mention it,
Incredible.
I wonder
N-
the reaction.
You know, I think oh, it's a very
Thank you
good
for the
joke,
good
Max. You
This
gotta
tea
cuss
was
you on the
steeped
back.
in me.
No.
Foul.
Essence
horrifying.
of grung distilled for 2 minutes.
Dislike. Thumbs down in the Coliseum. Horrifying.
Hey, you asked the question. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, unfortunately. Jeez Louise.
Sounds like full-blown hater talk.
Indeed.
Who needs cream de mince when I have cream de grung?
Oh my.
Horrifying.
Cream de cray.
Either way, about an hour passes before you all are done with your short rest. Any of you who want to, if you have not done so already, go ahead and roll your hit die, mark down how many you have used, and adjust your HP accordingly. Otherwise, I will see you on the other side of your short rest. What would you like to do? Ozzy.
I just wanted to throw a little flavor in there.
Okay.
Because I feel like Alder would probably notice this. You'll notice as we've just been sitting here and Ozzy's not drinking or anything because metal. You start to notice that like the damage to his armor just starts repairing itself. Just like very slowly, like dents just pop out, or like scratches or tear in the armor just kind of almost seals itself as he's just sitting there doing nothing.
I take note of this. I've noticed Ozzy's apprehension in my discussion of his mechanical anatomy, so I will not bring it up directly to his face. But the mental note is there, and it is drawing comparisons to his own creation's ability to mend itself and others. Interesting.
All right. on the other end of your short rest, what would you all like to do?
Well, find a temple for Mr. Hinge, procure supplies that were lost at the campsite, and possibly find our I cannot remember her name, but the lady's husband and the children's father, perhaps. Yes,
Yeah, you mean Sybil? Yes.
Sybil. Yes, that's the word. Yes.
Sure. I mean,
Ah.
I'm along for the ride, but it wouldn't hurt to help them out just a little bit, I suppose.
All right then, Maxwell. Well, let's find a way towards this temple.
Yes.
All right. I lead the party to the temple district of Kyrlia.
All right. Like I said, it'll take you about 45 minutes to an hour on foot. Passes
What about on hands?
on hand? Oh, like 17 days, bro. Ozzy, it'll take like 10 seconds. You know, he got the muscles. But as you do make your way in that direction, you do notice that the closer you're getting, the more difficult it is to kind of proceed. It seems that there is a large influx of people here to the temple district. Are you taking along with you Dr. Hinge? I should have asked before you set out, or
No.
leaving him where he is? Okay. Noted.
I'm not dragging his sick ass through the city.
Here, Hinge, cough on these peasants right quick as we walk by.
It will be really funny.
I will ask Ozzy, do you mind if I use your shoulder as a perch so I can look people in the eye as I ask them questions as we're walking?
Since you asked nicely, sure, why not?
If you get on Ozzy's 8-foot shoulder, you
Hell
will be
yeah.
looking over top everyone's heads.
Yo,
It's the
that's
first
character
time that I
development.
would ever been able to do that. So as we're walking, I will just like ask random people like, what brings you into the city? Fair day to you, lady. Like just talking to people and just like doing the social butterfly thing of being like, hey, what you doing?
And
Why
a
are you
few
here?
Folks will respond. You see a few who just kind of seem to side-eye you and kind of try to move a little further away as you pass. Yes.
Can I use the feature, the entertainer feature, to find we're on the way there, find a good place to perform. I will ask everyone first. I found the best way to get information is to get people to lower their guards by having some kind of like a concert or something like that. I play a little music, people gather, and then while they're listening to me, you all can ask them some questions. And we can do so in a relaxed environment where people will not feel stressed and not ignite this powder keg you spoke of.
But perhaps we can undertake this endeavor as the other two investigate a temple, looking for a cleric of some kind.
Yes, we can. Yes, no, that'd be fine. We can split up.
I'm not really a people person, so I should probably help with the temple.
Oh, I'm terrified of people.
Cool. Well, let's go to the temple then. You two have it, right? Right, yeah, sure.
All right. So Max and Ozzy, you will continue on towards the temple.
God damn it.
And as they leave, I'll just tell them, listen for the music. That's where we'll be. Just meet us there when you're done.
All right. And
See if they can do a house call, Ozzy.
Of course, of course.
All right, and you do manage to find a few different places you think would work well for a small impromptu performance by yourself, Jameson. As you're kind of looking around, will you describe to me the location you pick out?
So I would pick like I would go to like find a place that's like a blank spot, like a empty space off the side of a busy path, and I'll see if there's like a stump or like a fence or something that I can like perch up on, so people can see me since I'm small.
There are a few different kind of crates and things this pathway that you're walking along. You see a few that do seem to be kind of out of place, being moved around, but you do also note what seems to be in a fair bit of well-aged fencing beside one of these different areas, kind of fencing off almost like a little bit of a yard for one of the guild halls.
All right. So I'll hop on that, and I will pull out my lute, take a deep breath, and start playing like kind of a more slow, like if we had to equate it to like a real artist, something like Frank Sinatra, something like that.
Okay.
Start playing like, and then I'll kind of like minor illusion, some like horn beeps going on, and I'll strum a little bit, and then I'll pull out my long horn and just go and start playing that as well. And I'll just start singing a song about how great it is to be in Kyrlia. It's kind of like a New York state of mind kind of deal. I know that's a Billy Joel song, but...
Okay. Roll me a performance check at advantage.
That is... What is my... Oh, nice. 27. Oh, bye, Sam.
Oh!
Ruh-roh.
Rookie
The
Sam. Oh no! I mean, on the plus side, we're all very out of our own boxes, but we can make it
All right,
work.
on,
You can
on.
also
I'm a little
see
gun barred
Beef-
now. Hello.
Let me get over here.
Root Sam on his
Hello.
hot spot.
Let me move over
Oh
this way. Is it this way?
no!
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am Ozzy. I will hit you with hammer. I just work here.
Perfect. Absolutely.
You know, like I
flawless.
said, we're having some tech issues and such for our team here today. We're gonna put you guys on a BRB screen right quick. Actually, no, we're gonna send you to give you something a little more interesting. We'll send you back to our transition video, see if we can't get our friendly neighborhood bartending wizard back in that short bit of time, and I'll see you guys in just a minute.
It's a beautiful land, Kalendrya. For generations, the people of Kalendrya had told ancient stories of legendary heroes. But the age of heroes has long passed, and now humans have risen to reign of the land. Whispers say that we're doomed, that the era of heroes has ended, but I still hold out hope that there are heroes out there, and we need them now more than ever before. Gentlemen of Kalendrya.
You have,
Okay. Hey, we're still trying to fix our friendly neighborhood wizard. So, y'all bear with us. I'll give you the video again and see if we can't get him back in the next little bit. And then otherwise, I may stick you on a BRB scene just until we
Wait.
get him back.
Why don't we just like talk for a minute?
Let's
We
talk.
just,
You want to just
yeah,
shoot? You okay? Okay, yeah, we can just shoot the shit. Okay,
let's
never
do,
mind.
Let's do an RP warm up.
RP warm
Or,
up.
I forgot we were supposed to do an RP warm up. Me knowing specifically that I was supposed to. Oh, there we go.
Nope, never
Perfect.
mind.
Okay.
Oh yeah, brother.
Also, 3 more gift subs and take another shot of hot sauce.
Oh my god.
3 more.
Don't
and I'll
do
do
that
it.
to
Do it.
yourself.
It's right here. It's right here. I'll do it again.
Oh my god.
What is
I'm
this?
shilling. I'll do it for the content. I don't give a shit.
Oh
Is
my
that a little
god.
donkey pulling a wagon of hot sauce?
Yes.
Nice.
adorable.
That's
That's
amazing.
actually really cute. Okay,
got it
focusing
from
in.
the fair.
Where were we?
Your performance check. What did you get on that, Jameson?
Sorry, I'm just looking at doo-doo butter. Sorry.
You
Oh,
good?
it was a 27.
Okay, with a 27, you do fairly quickly draw a fairly sizable crowd. You do see a few different people, it seems, kind of start moving kind of along with the music and the performance that you're giving. And you do see a few different kids initially kind of start kind of dancing and playing around a little bit in the area.
So I'm strumming. I'm going
Before.
like, Kyrlia, it's a great day in Kyrlia. And then I'm just going like, playing a little bit.
Okay.
And just getting everybody to kind of like wave their arms, chilling out. We're having a great day.
Okay, and
We're forgetting about the existential terror that's happening outside the city wall.
That the fucking truth. You do have a little bit of money kind of tossed to you. You end up with 30 silver pieces and 1 gold piece during this performance.
Damn.
Whoever gives me the gold piece, I give them like a big old like saucy wink.
You see it,
awesome.
it's
Poison.
kind of handed down to them. It's a little kid who kind of runs over and like throws it in and then kind of looks up at you and just gets all
Oh,
giddy.
if a kid, it's not saucy.
Not
It's just-
saucy,
it's
but
just
you
like-
know.
Yeah. Not a saucy.
I want to be
wink
very
for the
clear about it.
Yeah, no saucy winks for the kids.
Yeah.
Just a very wholesome like, thank you for supporting your local musicians. Kind of
Okay, duly noted. Duly noted. As you're kind of doing this, Aldir, how are you going about kind of milling about the townspeople as it is?
So Jameson is drawing a big old crowd, and I like kind of stand off to the side a little bit as he does that, and just kind of stand there, little, kind of trying to look nonchalant, maybe clap a little bit on 1 and 3, and then kind of once the crowd gets built up a little bit, kind of psych myself up. Okay. And I'll just kind of like try and like weave my way through the crowd, but I'm 7 foot tall, so I like bump into a few people and whatnot. But I'll just kind of like lean down and so what brought you to Kyrlia today, stranger?
Roll me just a straight d20.
Opposed to a curvy one. 4.
Okay. The individual kind of turns and looks back up at you. Business as usual. And yourself?
Well, you see, there was a bit of a spot of plague back where I came from here in the area, so a few.
Kyrlia, abort! Kyrlia, abort!
What a
plague?
strange lyrics. What? No, who said not plague? Plaguing.
As soon as I see him start to say plague, I go, quick, everybody, I'm going to teach you the hot new dance move that's sweeping the nation. It's called the frog. Everybody, you put your hands up on the ground and you hop up and down. And you hop and hop and hop and hop and hop and hop. And I'm just like trying to distract everyone immediately. Just like, I'm just making it up. It's not good. And I'm just like, I start strumming and then I crouch on the ground and I go like, you do the frog, hop, 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 hop. And I'm just like trying to be like, abort, stop.
Playing. I assume this is your traveling friend, companion.
Oh yes, of course. Yes, he's good he's a good friend of mine. We met on a
Several years
pirate,
ago.
not a pirate, on a ship.
Roll me a persuasion at disadvantage, Alder.
And I'm gonna inspire him from across the room.
Okay.
Just because it hurts.
I don't know that it helps.
So that would be a disadvantage. I rolled a 2 and a 1 for a total of 0. But hey, what's that bardic? Buddy? It's a D6, right? What?
Oh my god! This is the worst series of possible dice rolls you could have had in this moment. Like, are you kidding? You killed Sam!
So bad. You killed Sam.
Quick! Everybody go and do the
To the
frog.
front.
Frog,
And
frog.
hop and hop and hop and hop and
And hop and
hop.
I keep hopping and hop some more and hop.
You hop all around and you ignore that guy talk plague. There is no plague in Kyrlia. Just the
There's no
frog.
war in Boxing Day.
Just look at the silly frog.
Oh my goodness gracious. This individual you
So
see kind of quickly depart and make his way away from you, Alder, kind of disappearing into the crowd. You see him kind of scoop an arm around a smaller child who kind of guides to the other side of the crowd from you.
I glance around the crowd. Is there someone who's seen? I want to find an old person. Old people like to talk.
Old people like me. There are a
Old
few
people.
different older individuals that you can come across and find here within this crowd.
I'm gonna go find an old person.
Okay, you do see one older gentleman who's kind of leaned back kind of against one wall, cane kind of hunched over and resting upon it a little bit off to the side, who kind of nodding his head and tapping his foot slightly. It's a little bit behind the beat, but, you know, he's got the spirit of it, you know.
It's not every day you see a grung traveling performer walk their way through Kyrlia, huh?
Oh, well, you know, back in my day, I don't know if you ever heard of the Hoplings, but they were just incredible. A young, like, grung band, really just something spectacular.
Hacks. They lip sync. All they did was lip sync.
I can't say I have heard of the Hoplings. Sounds actually
Have you
quite
not heard
interesting.
some of their best beats before? They're what was the name of it? You know the one, something about frogs and I think they said one about the lily pads. Oh, it's just on the tip of my tongue.
Your very long tongue, which you use to catch insects, right?
Oh, that was wonderful joke. And he kind of like taps your arm a little bit.
Does he look local, or like he's got his traveling things and he came a far way to get here?
Looking at him, he doesn't have much with him. Your guess is that he's probably a local.
I must say, it's more people traveling here to Kyrlia than I've seen in quite a while. You heard any scuttlebutt as to why so many people are coming here to the city?
Oh, well, I've heard a few different reasons why. It depends on what kind of gossip you're looking for.
Well, the gossip kind, really, so...
So you do like to kind of, you know, people watch with, okay, I see, come. And he kind of motions for you to kind of join him leaned up against this wall a little bit.
How tall is he?
He's probably if he were standing fully upright, like 5'3"-ish. So he's kind of like 4'8"-ish with how hunched over he is.
I like hunch really far down so that I can be near eye level with him. Very awkwardly lean against the wall.
He kind of like leans in like he's gonna whisper very conspiratorially, but very similar to that lady at church breakfast with us on Sunday. He does not whisper. So he kind of leans in and No, you didn't hear this from me, but I heard there's a couple of different people, some of the nearby farms. They said that they've got an issue with their scarecrows lately. It seems like a bit of some of this newfangled hysteria almost. They say, "Oh, somebody's watching me. Oh, the scarecrow moved." I think they may have had a little bit too much of their ales and spirits. But, there's a few folks who've come into town hoping to find a few mercenaries to handle that. I've heard something about this. He kind of looks around, leans in, and still not whispering, bit of a sickness going on over in a couple of different smaller cities. Came across on, I think on one of those boats, Heard there were a couple of different sea dogs who were sick as dogs, and he kind of like elbows your ribs a little bit. It's yeah. And then I thought that, perhaps a few people had come into town. I thought there was supposed to be a festival. I think I may have gotten my days a bit mixed up on that, though, because, there's been a disturbing lack of any festivities this 10-day. But, a few different things. Oh, I did also hear this wonderful tale about somebody who was coming into town because they said that they had made a deal with someone who could spin what was it? Oh, hay into yarn, and that they then had a friend who could turn that yarn into silk, and then that silk was made of gold. Very interesting stuff. I'm not sure that it holds up, but I sure would love to be somebody with that kind of a skill. Can you imagine me, in my prime with all that gold? Oh, it would have been incredible. And he just kind of
cannot Rumpelstiltskin. I pat him on the head and walk away.
He continues just kind of rambling. Good day. Hydrate, everybody. Finger gun.
If you have a bad cough, wash your hands. If you have a bad cough, wash your hands. If you have a bad cough,
don't clap the hands you've been coughing into together. Go home and wash them right now, please.
If your veins turn black, you might die.
That is
I'm
all
just kidding.
true. No, I'm just kidding. Serious. If your veins turn black in real life, Twitch viewers at home, if your veins turn black,
hi everyone.
Go
we
to
have
the
fun
hospital.
Here. Hey, we do like to
die.
have fun here, but if you have any form of necrosis, stop it.
Does your foot just fall off?
Get some
Maybe
help.
go see a
my
doctor
God.
about that.
Well, in the meantime, as you two are kind of keeping up this good cop, a little bit awkward cop scenario that you kind of have going with the crowd at the moment, for lack of a better way of putting it, as we go to those of you heading to the Temple District, you do see that it seems to be quite crowded. There are a few different individuals dressed quite finely in different armors and things, and with large symbols kind of on their breastplates of some of the different temples nearby. They're kind of seeming to answer some questions, direct a few folks. You see some of them kind of escorting some of the kind of sick or elderly, frailer individuals kind of to different temples. As you look about, which temple are you choosing to go to? And I will say we are using the core D&D Pantheon in case I hadn't already addressed that.
Cool.
Raven Queen, I have spoken.
I just work here.
I'm just kidding. Fucking, let me pull out.
Temple of Life, Saren Ray seems like a good start.
War seems at. What the fuck is it? Here we go. Chantea. Sure, why not?
I'm trying to picture which one you're saying, and I can't.
Fuck it. Helm, god of protection.
Okay. Okay, so as you kind of start looking around, how familiar are you with religion, Max?
Quite, actually.
Okay. So we'll say fairly easily you're able to locate the symbol of Helm, kind of up on one flag, kind of on a temple 2 or 3 doors down on your left, and start making your way that direction. As you approach, you do see one, again, finely armored and dressed individual kind of step forward, her hair kind of pulled and braided back behind her head as neatly as possible, who kind of steps up. Welcome to the Temple of Helm. Is there anything that I can assist you with today? Are you just coming to visit, pay respects, pray?
We need to make a bit of a house call.
Well, this is certainly the House of Helm.
If any clerics wouldn't mind, could we get some assistance back at my abode?
I can certainly see if we have any free clerics, but unfortunately, at the time being, many of our clerics have been called away to assist the town guard with a few issues that they've found, a few injured individuals who have arrived at the city. I may have a few acolytes perhaps inside that may be able to assist you, or I'm certainly happy to see if I can't send one of our clerics to you whenever they return.
Sure. Whenever any cleric returns, just send them over to the Brewers Guild.
Oh, of course. If I can get you to perhaps just inside the door, we do have a small it's listed as a prayer sheet, but if you just make a note that you're looking for a house visit from a cleric, write down your name and your location just to make sure that I don't forget it in all of the hubbub.
Okay, will do.
She nods. Thank you. Wonderful to see you. And just kind of taps you on the shoulder. Again, kind of giving a nod to you, Ozzy, and welcoming you as well. You see them kind of step somewhat quickly down a few steps and extend their hand. Oh, sir, please. As they kind of help this older gentleman kind of up the stairs towards the temple itself as you pass by.
Man, this place sucks. Helping people, no death and despair. This
Gross.
is not Raven Queen. All right, yeah, I go fill out the prayer sheet or whatever.
Pretty easily done, and it is like, aside from like different townsfolk, it's like empty. There's no like clerics that seem to be around. You see a few different individuals who seem to be in different robes, none of which are like adorned with a lot of these holy symbols and things. And you do see one other well-armored individual who's kind of just keeping an eye on things, kind of making sure that, you know, everybody's good and helping those who need to kind of move around as well. But otherwise, it's kind of oddly empty of anyone who is actually, you know, stationed here at this temple, essentially.
Interesting. Okay, well, I fill out the prayer sheet, and I guess Ozzy and I head to the music.
Okay. As you begin to head off towards the music, you do see, before you visually lay eyes on your companions, there is quite a large crowd. You see a few different individuals who seem to be kind of dancing, talking, laughing. You see a number of smaller children who are kind of doing this in the crowd, and you see a couple of parents kind of trying to like track them down. It's a bit odd, not, you know, your usual sort of a thing, but you do eventually kind of navigate your way through the crowd, where you see Jameson still kind of performing up on this fence, and Alder not too far away off to the side.
And when I see them, I'll go, all right, everyone, this is my last song. I know, but every show must end. And then I will play a little bit of a sadder song, the like this world's equivalent to what's the name of that song? The cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon.
Oh,
that song.
Cats in the cradle.
Yeah.
Cat's in the cradle. Yeah. That song. That the equivalent of that song.
Okay. And again, the performance goes very well. You see folks kind of sitting, talking. As you end the song, there's a quite loud applause for this group. You see a couple of kids who kind of run up alongside the fence as you kind of, hop down, who kind of are like sitting there trying to kind of like climb up on it, and a couple who are like, do the frog, and just kind of trying to enjoy the moment, be somebody they were kind of looking up to, sort of a moment.
I look
but you are
somber
all-
for a moment,
Mhm.
for like a very brief moment after that song, and then I go back to being normal, happy me. And as the kids are like hopping around, I go, "Have fun doing the frog, everyone. Remember, don't do drugs and listen to your parents."
Don't do drugs and don't listen to your parents. Got it.
Unless your parents tell you some bullshit, then don't listen to them.
Remember,
Think for
What if your parents
yourselves.
tell you to do drugs?
remember, kids, if someone gives you drugs, you say thank you. That shit's
It's
expensive.
expensive.
Remember, organized religion is a lie. Don't take anything for granted. Think for yourselves.
Oh boy. Well, you are quite easily able to kind of get back together at this moment. What are you all doing as you finally kind of get away enough from the throngs of the crowd, which slowly begins to kind of disperse and separate back out now that you are all
All right.
reunited?
What did you learn from the cleric? Are you successful?
We should have a cleric visiting us at the Brewers Guild soon.
Good. Good.
It didn't exactly specify, but well.
How busy were they?
Not well.
That's
It
kind
was
of-
rather empty,
That's surprising.
but empty of both leaders and followers.
Oh, perhaps the clergy are elsewhere. Maybe they're out and attending to people as we're hoping that they'll do for us.
That would be my guess.
Well, I learned a frighteningly large amount about a group of grung musicians known as the Hoplings.
Hacks.
Oh, I had them at the tavern once. They were not good.
Good to know. Apparently, Rumpelstiltskin has horrible taste in music.
They like to push lots of offensive stereotypes about grung.
Amazing.
Problematic.
I understand the sentiment of propagating stereotypes for cheap laughter. Aside from that, the rumor mill and other minor misgivings from areas outside of the town itself, but nothing of major substance or value gleaned from this group of individuals.
Oh, it might just be that people don't really know what's going on.
That might be for the better.
Someone might. You might just be asking the wrong people. Who knows?
Oh,
Like-
that's very true. In my experience, back where I come from, I think that there's some information that's kept largely need to know, and the normal populace is really not in that group. Perhaps the leaders of the city might know.
Well, for now, I think the next step is to resupply, and then return back to the Brewers Guild and hope our cleric has arrived.
Ah, yes, I agree.
Well, Maxim, is there a general goods store here we can procure missing items?
Oh, is there? There is one General Goods
Goods.
right down this way.
Let's go.
Yes, and you can head to General Goods. And
Goods.
as you set off in the direction for a little bit of some hopefully light shopping, that is where we will end tonight's session. Thank you guys so much for being here and for playing with us. Thank you guys here in chat for hanging out with us. Do any of our players have anything that they would like to plug or share? Anything that you guys have coming up?
Bedtime.
Sub to me if you wanna. I'm gonna be doing some kind of affiliate celebration soon when I am not traveling during a weekend. It'll be fun. We'll do something. We'll do some crazy stuff. Maybe I'll drink more hot sauce, which I narrowly avoided having to do more of.
We're only 2 away. You were so close.
Suckers.
All right. Well, in that case, players, I will send you off into the abyss. Thank you guys so much for
Shadow.
playing and hanging out with us.